This special episode of the original Debbie and Carrie show is set in August of 2023, the present time, when Carrie was still recovering from the terrible beating Ted Wilson had given her back in May of that year.
This is so disappointing. I can't believe she was really so horrible. Jessica is finished cooking. Come to dinner. Coming.
Carrie, you seem upset. I think you're regaining the ability to walk would make you feel a lot better. Or are you still worried about your damaged left eye? Leonard Wilson's offer to settle with us should make that less of an issue regarding your medical costs.
No. I'm disturbed because of what I learned today regarding Blair Zahn, also known as the Iilluminaughtii. Debbie's mother told me about her about 2 years ago. Iilluminaughtii was a dedicated activist against MLMs and all sorts of corporate and government corruption and reported about such things on her YouTube channel. Now it turns out she was herself a corrupt narcissist and cruel bully towards various other YouTube creators, including her former partners in the group Sad Milk, and now even a former fan of hers, Cruel World Happy Mind, has testified to how she was manipulated and abused by Blair while she was pregnant years ago. Imagine if Blair had caused this other woman to lose her baby. How the hell can a person so dedicated to reporting on and fighting corruption be such a hypocrite?
It's just like what happens with religion, isn't it? So many religious leaders turn out to be abusive, greedy, and dishonest scumbags. How can we trust any of them, I wonder? Even Unitarian Universalists have had serious ethical problems among themselves, and that's why I think it is useless to have absolute faith in anyone. Blind obedience and belief is stupid, period.
You would never expect a liar to just admit to being one, would you? Of course they would constantly assert that they are truthful and good, and anyone who disagrees with them is lying and bad. But the truth about someone or something always comes out in the end, and we must accept it. That's why we must insist on evidence before we accept anything as true, including from the Illuminaughtii and her many critics and victims. That seems so obvious to us as atheists. So why are so many religious? Why doesn't everyone insist on evidence for God's existence or for the validity of a religion?
Children are programmed by their own instincts to follow without question what their parents and other elders tell them about what to do or what to believe. I know as a child I was brainwashed into believing in Jehovah and Jesus, and starting to question those beliefs as a teen. Once I realized I was lesbian was incredibly difficult. It was even harder because of what my own mother and sister did to me once they found out about my sexuality. Mother, how can you just throw me out like this? I'm your daughter.
I tried 3 times to introduce you to a boy that I approved of, and you rejected them all. And then Victoria told me she saw you kissing another girl instead. How dare you embrace such a perversion that clearly goes against the will of Jehovah? You have already been disfellowshipped, so now that you are 18 I have no more reason to keep you here at all. Get out. You betrayed us and Jehovah, so we are no longer sisters.
My mother and sister put their irrational faith in Jehovah and in the leaders of their cult above the love they should have had for me as their daughter and sister. And because of my past indoctrination, I blamed myself at first. Jehovah, what did I do to deserve being cursed with lesbianism? What horrible sin did I commit to deserve being scorned by my own family? Please forgive me and remove this curse. Please. Then I met and got to know you, Jessica, and realized that everything I'd been taught in my religion was wrong, including about homosexuality being a curse. Your love for me broke my indoctrination forever, and you truly saved me. Without you, I'd be dead. With you, I want to live forever.
I've watched many of the Illuminaughtii videos, and I've noticed that she never seems to have anything positive to say about anyone. It's always about criticizing, attacking, and even damning anyone she says is corrupt. So of course that attitude of extreme negativity would eventually bite her in the ass, right? What goes around comes around. If you have no love for others, your attacks on corruption must only be a front to hide your own acts of abuse. I get it. Jessica, I just finished negotiating with Leonard Wilson on your behalf. He is now offering a settlement of $100,000 to be paid on one lump sum. Is that acceptable? Sure. Have him write me a check in that amount and bring it to me. That should end things between us. And thank you for your help. No problem. Debbie, your mother is someone I would trust with my own life, for she has proven herself to me repeatedly, far more than someone like Iilluminaughtii or the leaders of the Jehovah's Witnesses ever have. I can only hope you would always be as good for Carrie as your mother has been to me and Lucy. Of course. To the end of my life, I am loyal to Carrie and will always try to do the right thing for her, for you and everyone else I know. It's what I live for, always.
And of course, if you know the whole storyline so far, you have seen that Debbie always kept her word. That is what anyone should do.